everyone. First of all, thank you for joining today's webinar. This is Laney from Suprema Tech Support Team. Today, we are going to check BioStar 2 latest released versions overview and how to use Suprema Mobile Access. Before we moving on to the main point, I will give you some guidance regarding webinar progress first. How can you find webinar contents? First, email. After this webinar, Suprema team will provide the presentation and the recorded video file to the registered emails. It'll take 5 days after reviewing the files with including QA list. Second, Suprema Tech support site. After this webinar, you can also find the information with including QA list to the below site. Search Suprema webinar on the site or simply Google it. Third, SNS channel and YouTube. Plus, we will post the information to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can simply search it on each site. Today's webinar will cover a lot of new features, so there may be a lot of questions. If so, how can you inquiry during webinar session? First, you can leave questions through QA box for leaving your question. During doing webinar, you can leave your questions to QA box anytime. Suprema agents in panels will answer in real time. Please mouse over on the bottom of your screen. The 3 buttons are as following will come out. There will be a QA session in the middle of webinar. At this time, we will unmute your microphone so that you can also receive questions by voice. Since there are more participants than we expected today, I'd like to ask you to use raise hand button to ask questions by voice during the question session. Please click raise hand button on the menu bar if you have any questions. The color will turn to green. Host will allow to unmute your microphone and you will be available to unmute your microphone at the time. But you can also click raise hand during webinar end time if you have any questions. For the participants who are now entering, I'll give you a final guide to the question session we will have in the middle of webinar. Between the presentation progress, we will have QA session to make interactive webinar. You can leave your questions through QA box, or you can raise your hand from the menu bar, and you will be able to unmute your microphone once the host confirms your sign from attendees list. When you speak through a microphone, please introduce your name and question. We will answer one by one, so please kindly wait for your turn. Then let's start. Hello all participants, this is Laney from Suprema Tech Support Team. Today, we will look over the BioStar 2 new features from version 2.7.11 to 2.7.14. This is our today's contents. 3 versions were released, and we will check major features of each BioStar 2 versions. After reviewing features, we will shortly look up our major bug fixes. QA session will be followed. But if you have any questions during the session, please leave your questions in the QA box on the bottom of the screen anytime you want. Suprema agents will reply your questions in real time. Then let's go to today's webinar. The first part is new features in BioStar 2.7.11. As you know, the security is very important in the access control field. Suprema has always been struggling to provide safer services. To that end, Suprema has improved some features in the version 2.7.11 as part of its security enhancing policy. As shown on the screen, there were a total of 3 major functional improvements. We will check details through following pages. The first part is session security. We improved to select whether to allow simultaneous access using the same account as the front. When you enable the simultaneous connection allow feature to active, the old login session will be logged out and new session can be kept when you access the BioStar 2 server with the same login account. The second part is file extension check. From BioStar 2.7.11, we improved the feature of checking supported file extension list as in the table. For example, the supported file extension of user photo is PNG. If you try to upload the photo in bitmap format, then the upload will be failed due to this extension checking policy. The third part is a function that limits accessible IPs. This feature only allows to access BioStar 2 when the IP information of the user account and the IP information of the accessing PC are same. Let's get the feature with the sample on the screen. The user Kate user IP information is 192.168.16.32. If she tries to access the BioStar 2 server on the PC, whose IP 192.168.16.32, then she can. But if she tries to access the BioStar 2 server on the different PCs such as IP 192.168.16.34, then the login access will be denied automatically. This feature will help to get more secure access configuration for the sites who only allow to access the real BioStar 2 server on the Office main server PC in the server room. From BioStar 2.7.11, we also improved the user synchronization mode. The specific devices, only devices belonging to the access group option, is supported from BioStar 2.7.11. In the former BioStar 2 server, you had to transfer users to all devices if you need to sync user information between the server and device automatically. But in this case, you could not transfer users to device if one of your devices is full of its user capacity. So we improved this feature for user convenience. Depends on the access group configuration, user data will automatically sync by belonged devices. When you enable this new synchronization mode, you can sync users to the right devices and operate the system efficiently as the right image. Now, we will check the new features and improvements in BioStar 2.7.12. Code signing is the process of digitally signing executable and scripts to confirm the software author and guarantee that the code has not been altered or corrupted since it was signed. As BioStar 2.7.11, we improved security part with one more item, code signing, in version 2.7.12. Code signing has been applied on BioStar 2 installation file, including executable and library files. For the next new feature, Suprema Mobile Access has been supported from BioStar 2.7.12. Suprema Mobile Access, or credential, is a new feature, new mobile card product. Before we introduce the feature, we would like to announce that the terminology of service changed from Suprema Mobile Credential to Suprema Mobile Access since this April. So for people who already use Suprema Mobile Credential, we mentioned both names in today's webinar. As you know, we have a separate session for Suprema Mobile Access today. I'll briefly review the feature in this presentation and ask you to wait for details in the next session. This is the new UI for the configuration of Suprema Mobile Access. There is a mobile phone icon in BioStar setting as the screen to configure the general settings. After you configure this part, you can add Suprema Mobile Access credential in user page as the image on the top. Please notice that XPath 2 with firmware version 1.10 or higher one is the only model which can use Suprema Mobile Access in BioStar 2.7.12. The last feature improvement in version 2.7.12 is the Java version change. I think some of you know that the latest Java version is paid. Suprema changed Java version to 1.8.0_201 due to the subscription policy on higher Java version. If you'd like to keep the latest Java version rather than using 1.8.0_201, then you can keep using when you confirm the subscription policy of Java 1.8.0_231 and agree the payment policy. Also, you have to manage the Java path manually according to our article. Do you have any questions so far? I'll be happy to answer any questions. You can leave through QA box or you can raise your hand and speak out through the microphone. If there is no any questions, then we'll move on to the next page. Now we are over halfway done. From now, we will check new features and improvements in BioStar 2.7.14. The XPath D2 device hardware is upgraded to use Suprema Mobile Access. When you connect the XPath D2 hardware revision version, then the UI will be different as right image, and also the revision 2 will be mentioned in the device type line. When you use XPath D2, you need to use the firmware version 1.4.0 or later. Also, you should check the master device's firmware before you connect XPath D2 revision 2 version as RS485 slave, because there will be some compatibility check. Currently, the only available master device for XPath D2 revision 2 version is XPath 2, and other devices' firmware will be released in second quarter in this year. The next improvement in BioStar 2.7.14 is the enhancement of Suprema mobile access usage. Before we introduce the change, we would like to introduce you that the terminology about Suprema mobile solution is changed from April 27. Suprema mobile credential is changed to AirFop Pass and mobile credential portal changed to AirFop portal. If you already used Suprema mobile credential before, please pay attention to the changed terms and follow them so that are not confusing. The biggest change of Suprema mobile access usage is that mobile credential setting page changed. Suprema merged mobile credentials advanced part into general items. Due to the UI change, the usage is also changed little. When you set the mobile credential set to use and put all items as the sample, then the connect button will be activated. After you synchronize information with AirFop portal successfully, then you can add new device in the site through +Add button on the right side. If you have registered devices already to AirPop portal, it will be deployed as blue box. If you click Sync button, then the certification or connection setup will be overwritten on the device. If you click Delete button, the device will be automatically removed from AirFop portal and the certification will be deleted from the device at the same time. I think the function I'm going to introduce this time is probably something that many people have been waiting for a long time. Windows authentication for MS SQL DB connection is supported now. To use Windows authentication for MS SQL database, you need to set up some pre-configuration of login account before you use. The configuration you need to set up is different depends on your PC environment. We will introduce the setup guide for two different cases, non-Active Directory PC environment and Active Directory PC environment. The setup case for non-Active Directory PC is quite simple. First, run the MS SQL Server Management Studio. Second, go to Security, Login, Anti-Authority Systems, and double-click. Third, go to Server Roles and assign public and sysadmin roles. Fourth, go to User Mapping page and choose Master, your ACDB, your TADB, and your VDB, which you created. For non-Active Directory PC environment, only these 4 steps are required to pre-set up. Quite simple, right? Then let's check how do you need to set up if your PC is in Active Directory environment. Please do not worry that all configuration guide is described in the linked article, so you can review detailed steps easily after the seminar. Some of your company might use Active Directory for all PCs efficiently. In this case, you need to set up some more items to use Windows authentication for MS SQL with BioStar 2. 1. Login MS SQL Server Management Studio program with administrator account. 2. Right-click a Security Login and choose New Login. 3. Choose Windows Authentication Mode and click Search button. 4. Click Locations button and choose your Active Directory. 5. Check your name and click OK. 6. Go to Server Roles tab and assign sysadmin authority. 7. Go to User Mapping tab and make default schema of master, your ACDB, your TADB, and VDB to DBO. 8. Click OK. After following indications we informed, you can use Windows authentication for your BioStar 2. For the users who will freshly install the BioStar 2 with MSSQLDB's Windows Authentication mode, we share some installation change as front. During the installation, you can find MSSQL Windows Auth checkbox if you choose Custom Installation and MSSQL. If Windows Authentication mode is activated, the ID and password input box will be deactivated. Please remember that if connection did not set up well, then you cannot move on to the next page during the installation. Our fourth new feature and improvements in BioStar 2.7.14 is a stabilization of specific devices automatic user synchronization option. You may remember the specific device auto user sync mode supported from BioStar 2.7.11. However, there were some limitations of the feature, and Suprema improved for better usage. We improved to synchronize only devices that belongs to the corresponding access level or floor level. And we also improved the problem of changes not being applied properly if the user group is changed by drag and drop when access groups are set as user groups. Please remember that the UI of user synchronization mode is same as before because the improvement affects internal BioStar 2 operation. Do you have any questions so far? Please leave your questions through QA box or please click the raise your hand button on the screen. If there is no more question, we're going to move on to the next page. Now, the new feature introduction are finished. From this page, we will briefly review our major bug fixes. We will check some major items only in this webinar, so please find the revision note to review other items through Suprema website. In BioStar 2.7.11 and 2.7.12, Suprema fixed 3 major bugs. We fixed an issue that the CPU usage increased because the event log import module continued to operate without idle time. We fixed an issue that BioStar 2 did not start normally when there is no specific Windows startup event in BioStar 2 server library. And we fixed the specific devices automatic user synchronization option to work accurately when users are created using CSV import. And we fixed an issue in the version 2.7.11 and 2.7.12 that offline activation of access control, time attendance, video, and visitor license could not be performed in BioStar 2.7.14. Also, the next one is the bug fix from version 2.7.14. We fixed an error that occurred when installing BioStar 2 in an arbitrary path and other than the default installation path. We fixed an issue that user group information was not normally displayed on the schedule setting screen of the time and attendance management menu when there were more than 1,000 user groups created. We fixed an issue that some logs were missing when the connection between the device and the server was disconnected and then reconnected. From now, we will have QA session for 5 minutes and then have break for 5 minutes also. And the next session, Suprema Mobile Access, will start after 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please leave questions through QA box, or you can put the raise your hand button on the bottom of your screen. Then we will allow your microphone. We are going to introduce our new mobile access solution, Suprema Mobile Access. This is contents of today's webinar. Firstly, we will review why Suprema Mobile Access Card needs. For the next, we will check difference between BioStar 2 mobile card and Suprema Mobile Access. After that, I will explain system configuration of Suprema Mobile Access and card and license information. All information are given, then we will share how to use Suprema Mobile Access card from the beginning. The last QA session will be following at the last. If you're ready, then let's start. First, why Suprema Mobile Access card? As you know, we have started our business with fingerprint devices like BioStation and BioEntry Plus, and later then we extended our lineups with face recognition devices such as Face Station, and some of you may remember D-Station, it was also face recognition device. And RFID with XPS and XStation. After with BioStar 2, we have upgraded our lineup with better performance, and now we have full BioStar 2 lineups. As you know, the market trend is always changing, and we are wondering what credential is going to be highlighted for the future. Lots of market reports says about mobile access card. It is said it will grow fast soon and there will be lots of opportunities from the mobile end. I also agree with it. Then why? I guess there are several reasons for it. I pointed out some reasons. I believe it is because convenience, security, universally, and it is untagged and contactless solution. First of all, it is convenient and more secure. You can use it by tagging your smartphone as same as RFID card, and you can issue and control the mobile access card in remote place. So in terms of management from administrator, it is more convenient. Finally, it is more secure since all communication points are encrypted by AES 256, and also the entire system and operation are ISO 27001 certified, and it means all of privacy information is protected properly, and also smartphone itself has the self-security solutions like fingerprint, PIN code, or better auth mode. So Compared to RFID system, it is more convenient and secure. And universally, over 3.5 billion people, which is almost half of the world population, are using smartphones. So it can be considered as the most common credential. And there are only two types of mobile phone in the world, Android or iPhones. So it means there are only few things you need to check when you want to install the access control system based on the mobile access card. And it works mostly. In case of fingerprint, some people with dry fingerprint or damaged fingerprint, it does not work. But mobile access card, it mostly work. Due to the coronavirus situation in these days, people are worrying about touching something. And in some other world where the population is decreasing, on-tech solution to make an unmanned system is big issue. I guess mobile access card solution can help both cases. So, since the mobile access card uses BLE and NFC technology, people do not need to touch something that other people touch it. And the mobile access card is issued by email or SMS. So the operator does not need to meet the user face to face. Lastly, the mobile access card, sometimes we can revoke, pause, cancel the card by just simply using the cloud portal site. Due to these facts, lots of experts expect the mobile access card as the next major credential in the access control world. Then why Suprema mobile access card solution? We can tell you that there are three reasons. The first reason is that we have the best performance in the screen off background mode. Until now, to use the mobile access card in both Android or iOS, NFC and BLE are the options you can use in Android device. And BLE, Bluetooth, is the only way with iOS. NFC is fast and reliable method for remote communication. And Bluetooth is an optimal method. With these technologies, Suprema supports good quality of mobile card service. The second reason is customizable design. These are samples of custom card design. Please notice that custom card design is now supported in dynamic card license environment. We will check what dynamic card is in the backside. In the custom card window, you can add fields or change the background image of the card as you want. The last reason is the powerful credential option in BioStar 2. Another point is we have BioStar 2. With BioStar 2, you can do the total credential management and use each credentials for required access points. For example, you can use the fingerprint for data server room, an RFID card for normal doors, or also you can choose to use the centralized control or distributed system in accordance with end-user site environment. So you can use the mobile access card with multiple credentials at the same time with flexible system configuration. This will be one of the biggest difference from other brands. The next, we will check what is different between the BioStar 2 mobile card and Suprema Mobile Access. If you used Suprema Mobile service before, you may conjure up the BioStar 2 mobile card, which is our older mobile service. If you already have a mobile system, then you can question why you need to review the Suprema Mobile Access for the future. For easy comparison, I prepared a table on the screen. As you can see, BioStar 2 mobile card is with BioStar 2 mobile application, and Suprema Mobile Access runs through AirFop Pass, which is a different app. Previously, BioStar 2 mobile card, which was serviced by Suprema, was issued as a smart card format. However, there is a big difference that Suprema Mobile Access is issued with a CSN card. In the case of issuing cards, the BioStar 2 mobile card was available through BioStar 2 and mobile application, but Suprema Mobile Card Credit was issued through the management portal called BioStar 2 and AirFop portal. Among the products currently available, devices other than XPass 2 can use the BioStar 2 mobile card. XPass 2 can only use Suprema Mobile Access, and there is no schedule to support BioStar 2 mobile card. So, when will Suprema's other products be supported with Suprema Mobile Access card? Currently, the XPass D2 Revision 2 device will be released soon, and rest of devices are also expected to be released within this year. For your information, BioStar 2 mobile card is scheduled to be discontinued in September 2020. If you are considering a new project to use mobile service, request to review the use of Suprema Mobile Access. If you have any questions, please leave through the Q&A box or raise your hand. We are happy to answer your questions. If there is no questions anymore, we're gonna move on to the next page. Let's talk about the system configuration now. How the system consists of. First of all, our mobile access card, we now have a new brand name, AirFop. Our AirFop consists of the AirFop portal for user management and card issuance, and the application for AirFop Pass is for mobile access card application. If we see the entire system, there will be BioStar 2 in the local, and the internet connection will be required to communicate with AirFop portal. And of course, AirFop portal will be on the cloud. Basically, you can do the user management separately from the cloud side, but since BioStar 2 is integrated with the AirFop portal from 2.7.12 version, you can do it from BioStar 2. So if you can enroll user from BioStar 2, and the user data will be synchronized to the readers connected. When you issue the mobile access card from BioStar 2, then it makes a command to the cloud to enroll that user in the cloud through the AirFop portal API, and also issue the mobile access card to the user's email. In the email, there will be a download link and if you touch it from your mobile phone, you will get the card, and you can just use your phone by tagging on to our reader. This is frequently asked questions about Suprema Mobile Access System configuration. Let's check answers for each question. Question 1. Suprema Mobile Access can be applied with centralized solution or only distributed solution. The answer is, you can use it to centralized system, or you can use it to distributed system also. Question 2. If I install 2 readers to in and out for a door, there will be an issue to open the door. The answer is, Bluetooth strength is measured very differently. So when you tag your reader from outside, it does not work to the inside reader. We can also set up the Bluetooth distance for these cases. It is a new feature, so it might be a little bit difficult. One thing, let me explain clearly. What is the difference between the general card and AirPod Pass card number generation? The card numbers of the EM card, MyFair card, and HID cards, as we know them, are all made by the card manufacturer and programmed into the card. Because of this, in order to know the programmed card number, there is a process of scanning the card directly to the device to visually check and register the number. On the other hand, the card number of AirPod Pass is the number created by the administrator through the BioStar 2 user credentials mobile button. Currently, only one card number method is supported for the CSN method, and other types will be available after that. Earlier, we looked into what Suprema Mobile Access is and what kind of system configuration it has. From now on, we would like to learn about the cards and licenses to use the Suprema Mobile Access service. Before we check card type and license, we would like to introduce several items before. Firstly, Suprema Mobile Access service names are changed from April 27th. Suprema Mobile Credential to Suprema Mobile Access, and portal name changed to AirPod Portal. The app name and icon has been changed also. We also improved some features too. The first and the biggest difference is supporting card type change. We have two card types as the image on the front. Regular card is the one you used before in BioStar 2.7.12. With regular card, 1 credit will be decreased per 1 card issuing. The regular card does not have time limit, so you can use the card as long as you want. Dynamic card is a new feature for customers who wants to service in the sites where frequently user change happens, such as fitness center, membership lounge, or shared places. 1 credit is valid on 1 device for 1 month. With Dynamic Card, you can issue unlimited number of cards as you want during the period. For your understanding, I prepared a sample of Dynamic Card credit. Let's assume that you are planning to run the service for 36 months. You are planning to install 2 devices for in and out. If you use Dynamic Card in the site, then you will earn 72 credits. If you'd like to purchase license or want to get more information about license policy, please contact your regional sales representative for further support. But before we move on to the next page, I'd like to give you a notification about BioStar about the cards type limitation on the latest BioStar 2 version 2.7.14 now. Currently, BioStar 2 does not support dynamic card and supports only regular card now. But we are planning to support dynamic card also in our further version. These are frequently asked questions about Suprema Mobile Access card type and license. Let's check answers for each question. Question 1. When ordering, how will we define dynamic from fixed? The answer is, when you order, you can just order a credit. How to define is decided when you apply in regular type site or dynamic type in your AirFop site at first. Question 2. In line with dynamic, if I have 10 credits, then is it equivalent up to 10 devices valid for 1 month? The answer is, yes, you are right. Or you can use 1 devices with 10 months. Question number 3. In a dynamic type means it is not recommended to use for a regular employee, right? This is designed more on membership and events only. The answer is, yes, you're right. It is for membership management. Next, we will check some more information about Suprema Mobile Access. I prepared 8 questions to share and summarize information as front. Question 1. How can you get the mobile access license policy and how can you purchase mobile credential credits? Answer. Please contact Suprema Regional Sales Representative. If you do not know the exact sales representative, please contact Suprema through our official website. Question 2. Can we keep using BioStar 2 mobile card if it has been used? How does the policy go for BioStar 2 mobile card? The answer is BioStar 2 mobile card will be discontinued from September 2020. Once you upgrade new firmware to devices, you will be not available to use current BioStar 2 mobile card. Please visit the site and find more information. Question number 3. What if we use Express 2 and other Suprema devices such as BioStation 8.2 and want to use more mobile credential? The answer is you need to use different credential, mobile card, fingerprint, RF card, and etc. for BioStation 8.2. This is the result from April 2020. Question number 4. What happens to the existing customer after AirFop portal changed? The answer is no effect on the existing license and functionalities, only UI changes. Question number 5. What happens to the existing BioStar 2 integration and API calls? The answer is existing customers can use the same settings and API URLs. No changes are needed. Question number 6. Can a regular card use the custom card? The answer is not currently. We will add this feature later. Question number 7. Would multi-card work for regular cards? The answer is yes, multi-card is supported regardless of regular or dynamic. Question number 8. What happens to the URL address after ERFA portal changed? The previous URL was mc.suprema.io, but it will just redirect to the new portal address mc.mochainc.com. Question number 9. Can you import CSV files to get user information? The answer is, we are working on this feature. We will keep you updated once it is ready. If you have any questions, please leave your questions through QA box or please click the raise your hand button to speak out through the microphone. If there is no questions, we're gonna move on to the next step. This is our last part in Suprema Mobile Access webinar. We will check how to use Suprema Mobile Access in your site in detail. This is the overall procedure to use Suprema Mobile Access in BioStar 2.7.12. It is organized in 6 steps as front, and you also can find details from the linked articles below. The most important thing you have to prepare and remember was that the device should be cleared in factory default configuration. And you have to register the device in the portal first and the BioStar 2 following. But from BioStar 2.7.14 with new ERPA portal, the device registration and card registration process has been simplified. For your easy understanding, we prepared full setup guide through a video. Let's see. Suprema Mobile Access is supported from BioStar 2.7.12. The feature has been updated in BioStar 2.7.14. Please make sure that your BioStar 2 version is correct. Step 1. Join ERPA portal. Please check the ERPA portal address. The portal has been renewed since April 27, 2020. If you are new, please sign up the ERPA portal. Authentication code for your account will be delivered to your email. Paste the code and keep going for the sign-up process. Please review privacy and terms on the page. If you agree all items, please click Agree button. Please keep going for the sign-up process. please log in to the AirPod portal. Create your site in the portal. In the AirPod portal, two types of sites are supported, dynamic and regular. Choose regular for using with BioStar 2 server. Click your site and check your information. Please go to the site and on the left bottom, and please remember the site ID. Please click the license at the last part of the menu list to see the number of credits. 50 credits are given when a new site is created. No maintenance credits are given in default. Step 2. Configure BioStar 2 mobile access. Go to BioStar 2, Settings, Mobile Credential. Put admin account of AirPod portal. Please make sure to put the same site ID as portal. If all information filled out, Connect button will be activated. Click Connect button to synchronize data with AirPod portal. Step 3. Register the device. In BioStar 2.7.12, and formal Suprema mobile credential application, you have to prepare factory default device. You have to register the device from the Suprema mobile credential app first, and then add the device in the BioStar 2 as following. But from BioStar 2.7.14, you can add device from BioStar server to AirPod portal directly. Click Add button and choose your device in the list. After adding the device in BioStar 2 server, you can find the device from the AirPod portal as well. Step 4. Enroll user with Suprema mobile access. Before you activated Suprema mobile access, you only can find fingerprint, face, and card information from user credential. But after activate Suprema mobile access, you can find mobile credential from user page. Make sure to add an email address in user information. Enter card number to use Suprema mobile access. You can input card number manually or assign user ID as card ID. Click Apply. The user information in BioStar 2 will be synchronized with devices and AirPod portal automatically. If you go to the airport portal, you can find the card with status before activated. When you click the user, you can edit user information such as title, department, and user photo. You can check the Suprema mobile access card from preview. You can find the updated user information. The card status is before activated. After the user downloads the card in the Airport Pass app, you can find the card status changed to activated. Step 5. Issue a card and check the operation. Open your email and find your Suprema mobile access card. Click Download Mobile Access Card button. If you did not install Airport Pass app, the link will be redirected to the installation page. You also can find the app from Google Play or App Store. Click the card download button from your mobile phone. If you already installed the Airport Pass app, it'll show the app through the redirection. You need to agree allow. Turn on the Bluetooth or NFC, depends on your device. If you are using iPhone, then you need to enable the Bluetooth. If you go to the BioStar 2 monitoring events log menu, you can find the user authentication log like the sample. This is the end of today's session. Now we would like to close the webinar today. Thank you for your attending, and we hope today's presentation helped you well.